balance is being stored to a really significant connection in your life. This may even be a twin flame. The overall energy for this reading is Justice and the Lovers. So the Justice card is the Libra card. So you could be a Libra or they could be a Libra, but it doesn't have to be. More than that, it is a card of balance, of things going in your favor, particularly if there's been a legal situation that's created a separation between you and this person. So maybe they've been going through some legal troubles. Maybe they've gone through like a really messy divorce, or maybe you have. But there's something that's really coming into balance here. When we see Justice upright, then essentially the scales are balancing out, and it's balancing out in your favor and in favor of this particular connection. When we see the Lovers, this is a really spiritual connection. This is a connection that is, it could be twin flame when we see the Lovers. Doesn't have to be though, but it's definitely something that's very deeply connected. So two people that just see eye to eye, they've really chosen one another. And so this is really just things starting to come together for a really strong connection here. I feel like in the past, this is someone who just felt like they really didn't have much to offer. When we see Ace of Pentacles reversed, this is the antithesis of a material manifestation. So with the Ace of Pentacles upright, this is a gift, particularly a monetary gift or a physical gift, something material that you can actually hold in your hand. In the reverse here, this is like just having a dearth. So maybe this person has had money issues, or they feel like, there's a lot about them that they've had to work on before they really can offer anything of value to another person, because very much we're kind of trapped in this lack mindset in the recent past. This is further emphasized by the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is a card of mental entrapment. When we see the Eight of Swords, we are all cut up in our head, right? We're replaying events, we're replaying conversations. We really can't move past something that we probably should be able to move past. Instead, we keep ourselves sort of trapped in the past, replaying things, rethinking things, really regretting our decisions, regretting the fact that maybe we felt like we had nothing to offer when we really should have in that instance. But I think all these feelings of being stuck and mental entrapment and feeling like they had nothing to offer, I think that's led this person to really kind of have a come to Jesus moment here. With the Four of Cups reversed, this can indicate that if they were having troubles with like addictive patterns of behaviors, they are releasing those patterns of behaviors now. This is someone who's starting to get into the attitude of gratitude. They're starting to really feel like life is happening for them rather than to them. They're really releasing some victim mentality here. Now in the present energy, we had the Eight of Pentacles come out as a challenge card. Eight of Pentacles indicates really working hard towards your goals. When we see it in a challenge position, we're not really sure that we can put in the work that is necessary. I feel like this is someone that felt like, I don't know if I have what it takes to give to a relationship. I don't know that I have the day in and day out required to really build a steady foundation, to build like this steady home, this steady web. And they're really kind of questioning, do I have it in me, I think, to build this, to create this, to do something new, to do something different outside of my comfort zone? And they may currently just feel like timing is just still pretty off for them. Like maybe things just feel like they haven't been falling in place the way they would like to see them fall in place. When we see the Wheel of Fortune reversed here, it just feels like timing's off, like the universe is against this. Like this is a situation where there are forces at work outside of their control. And so they just feel like, maybe now's not the time. Like maybe they're not going to be able to give it their all. So that's really causing them to just kind of sit on this decision, right? Two of Wands is a card of being at a crossroads. We know we need to go in a new direction. We know we need to head down a new path, but we just don't know which way to go. And so we just kind of stand still. We feel kind of just trapped. It's like an overwhelming feeling of like just being trapped and not wanting to move forward, not wanting to make the wrong decision here. And of course, I had to pull, well, why? Why do they feel this way? And the clarifying card we got here is the Temperance. All right, now Temperance is a card of sobriety. It's a card, again, of balance. So this is a card, if this is someone who has struggled with sobriety issues before in the past, that might be continuing right now. They might be looking, they've seen some progress here with it in the upright, but they are still kind of very much working on this. Or it's someone who feels like their life has been thrown totally off of balance and they've just been able to just barely get their footing. And they feel like, just time and patience needs to occur so that they've got like a really steady routine for themselves, that they feel much more balanced, they feel much more in flow, they are able to better create the reality that they do want to see in their lives. So it really is those day in, day out little daily actions that we take that create over time our new reality, that manifests, that make things happen. And I think this is just a matter of time. Like, this person just needs all these little small changes that they're making in their life to just kind of add up. And it's going to help boost their confidence in knowing that, yes, they have more to offer than they ever realized. And I feel like they're really on the self-love, the self-healing journey. And that's what's really allowing them to start opening up. Because in the upcoming energy here, we actually have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and the Moon reversed. All right, so we've got a true pair here with the Queen and King of Cups. This is masculine and feminine water sign energy. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces might be important, placements for either you or for them. Doesn't have to be, though. These are cards of very much a loving connection here, particularly since they were placed right next to each other as the cards came out. And so these are two figures. They are very much in love. They're very empathetic people too. They're very caring. This is very much a very loving relationship here. And especially since we got the Lovers and the overall energy, I just feel like there's so much emotion here, so much passion, so much desire, and just so much love between the two of you. With the King of Cups, he's just very emotionally balanced. He is someone who knows when to really be empathetic and kind and caring, and also when to kind of draw a boundary, when to be very logical and to rely on that side of his mind. The Queen of Cups, she's your diviner. She looks into her teacup here and she's reading the tea leaves. She's someone who's incredibly spiritual. She's also very, very in tune with the universe. She feels very in flow. With the Moon reversed here, I feel like what's being revealed is just how strongly this person feels this connection between the two of you. I feel like what's really being revealed is how much the two of you really care for one another, really think about one another, really have this strong emotional bond. So, when you see the Moon reversed, and this might have to do with full moon energy. We do have the full moon coming up tomorrow here in Leo specifically. And so maybe the full moon is sort of bringing out these feelings for you and for them. Got some interesting advice here. First, we start off with the Seven of Swords reversed, and then the Knight of Swords reversed, and the Five of Swords reversed. All swords energy. So this is all about communication in the advice and making sure our communication is one that isn't controlling, that doesn't strive to really infringe on another person and their free will. We need to make sure that when we are communicating, we're communicating from a place that's very honest, very direct, very much about who we are. It's got to be from a place of caring and of love. And I think it's in the past, y'all's communication may have been really, really off. And I feel like, this is really, the advice here is to communicate very honestly, very directly, and without any kind of manipulative tactics. It's sort of similar with the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is normally the thief in the night, right? In the reverse here, it's like having confessions of previous manipulative tactics. So I think right now, when this person kind of comes in, it's going to be time for you guys to really clearly communicate, maybe for the first time ever, and to really air out things very tactfully and not in a controlling or manipulative way, your issues, whatever dishonesty, whatever things happen between the two of you, really gaining an understanding for what that was, why that happened, why you behaved the way you behaved, why they behaved the way they behaved, why certain ugly things may have been said or certain things may have been left unsaid. I feel like there's a lot of love here that was like never actually discussed. And instead, you guys got maybe a little toxic with each other because you're really busy kind of like hiding things away. Very big like Scorpio energy here. With the Knight of Swords reversed, I think you're being called to recognize that this confession of love, this confession of feeling towards you is actually coming from someone who has real difficulty with emotional intimacy. When we see the Knight of Swords reversed, this is someone who really has a hard time communicating and communicating effectively their heart's desires and their love and what they actually want to say and what they want to speak into being. So this feels like a rather sticky, difficult conversation. Your advice is essentially caution, right? Caution around the area of communication. Caution, be very honest with one another. Caution to know that, you are dealing with someone here who really, really, really struggles with these kinds of emotional conversations. Okay, let's take a look at the outcome between the two of you. If you can navigate sort of this difficult conversation where you're having to be very honest with one another. So I think, yes, it will result in some overflowing love here, in a love connection that seems boundless. The Ace of Cups indicates that a seed of love has been planted and it's ready to grow, it's ready to flow, it's very abundant here with the cup overflowing. So absolutely, I do think a reconciliation is possible here when we see the Judgment reversed. I think from this, it means that you are going to have to be willing to look at the relationship, look at the connection between the two of you from a very honest place. Reconciliation needs to happen with eyes wide open here, understanding exactly who each of you are, where you come from, what you're working on in your lives, and really being supportive of one another's journey. And this may mean a rather non-traditional approach, though. You both are very independent spirits, and it might have to involve a very non-traditional relationship between the two of you to sort of maintain that independence. But if you can figure out what this relationship should look like for you two specifically, it really can come together and work beautifully. The Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, about working together, about building together. So with all the Swords and Cups energy here, I really feel like this person, you're on their mind just quite a bit. And if you can navigate this conversation, you can look forward to a beautiful reconciliation.